Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We're going to talk about marriage. We've got a book out. It just came out called Marriage Minded by Marcia Naomi Berger. She's a licensed social worker. It's an A to Z dating guide for lasting love. Marcia, welcome to Late Night Health.
Oh, hi. Thanks for having me on your show, Mark.
Our pleasure. I'm really curious. Are you married?
Oh, yes, I am.
How long?
33 years.
Oh, you're just starting out. That's you're just starting out. Come on.
Married a long time.
Yes, we have been married. I've got almost 10 years on you. Anyway,
Okay.
now that I've admitted that out loud, Daryl, I think you. How long have you been married?
19 years.
19 years.
This time.
But with Sherry, Daryl has told me that they've never had an argument.
Uh-oh.
I know. I think that's terrific.
I didn't say we've never had an argument. I said we have never had a fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
there is a difference.
Yeah, well,
There is a difference.
Yeah.
Marcia, I'm curious. Why do we need marriage? I mean, isn't it just a piece of paper? You know, a rabbi gets up there and says, what they say, and a priest gets up and says what he says, and a justice of the peace gets up and says what he or she says. Why do we need that blessing, if you will, of marriage in the 21st century?
I think marriage is a blessing, and I also think you're playing devil's advocate because you've been married a long time, and I hope you know the benefits of marriage, that it's a different kind of relationship because ideally it's a commitment that lasts, where two people really do feel like their lives are more complete because they have each other, and nobody is going away in a good marriage. And it's a way now, it's 21st century. I know a lot of people think, what do we need marriage for? Because you can live together, you can have children together. It's all different. The rules have changed. But what hasn't changed is that people are really, really longing for emotional and spiritual fulfillment. And I think that, I know that comes more for people who are ready for it. It comes more in marriage than any other way.
So when your kids, when Marcia's kids came to you and said, I'm moving in with Joe or Helen, depending, were you okay with that?
Well, that never happened.
Oh, it didn't?
That never happened. But adults, when your children become adults, and they're going to live according to what their values are, and they may not be the same as your values, or they may. Most likely they do pick up some things from us, and mostly by how we role model what we care about.
Working with, I guess, primarily women over the years, and you also do workshops for both men and women, helping to find lasting love. A lot of people would say looking for a soulmate. Would that be an accurate description?
An accurate description of lasting love as soulmates? I think you could look at it that way. I think that there's possibility to have more than one soulmate. People who get married more than once, and their needs may change, or their recognition of who they really are can change. But I do believe in something that's like a soul connection, where the person really gets you, not just superficially, but on a deep level. People understand what each other is about.
And what's happening in the 21st century, the statistics are still, I think, 50% or higher of marriages ending in divorce. And at the same time, we seem to have a story of serial monogamy. Somebody is, you're with somebody for a few years and then you move on to somebody else. Whether it's through marriage or it's through just living together or being connected as a, known as a couple.
Right. Yeah, I think deep down inside we all long for a lifetime partner. However, the expectations of marriage have changed over the last maybe 60, 70 years, when marriage used to be much more of an economic necessity for women because they couldn't get the kind of jobs that would make them self-supporting in a nice or middle-class lifestyle. But now a third of women out-earn their men, and you used to have to get married to have children and to have to live with somebody with the okay from the general society. And now that's all gone out the window. And as I mentioned, people are looking now much more so for emotional and spiritual fulfillment, and they may not know it. It may be unconscious, and they don't know how to get it. And that's really why I wrote the book, because I see how much trouble so many people have finding the right kind of partner for them, and also having the knowledge to communicate well over the years and the maturity to have this combination of being aware of who I am and what I want and need, and what my dreams are, and to also have the recognition of what the partner's dreams and wants and hopes and fears, that this is how people connect emotionally.
But again, going back to one of my first thoughts was that can't you have all that without the institution of marriage?
Some people just aren't ready for marriage because they are too afraid. They've been hurt in the past through divorce, or it could be death, and they, it's really up to the person. Of course, if they don't feel confident to have marriage, and maybe the next best thing for them, or maybe it is the best thing if they're not equipped to make the kind of commitment, then I would more advocate that they learn so that they can get the benefits of marriage. Research shows that the people who are married live longer. They're overall happier and more optimistic. They get sick less often. So there are proven benefits to marriage, and that includes over living together without what you call the blessing, or I call the formal arrangement. And they may be, happy enough doing that. We can't say they're right or wrong because this is their decision.
We're going to take some time out. When we come back, I want to address something. There was a song in Guys and Dolls from the early 50s. You've heard do you know the score of that particular Broadway show, Marcia?
Are you talking about I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair?
No, that one's South Pacific.
I think. No, so I know. Yeah, I've seen it, but tell me what's on your mind about it.
All right, the song. What I'd like to talk about. There was a song in there where the two lead women talk about marry the man today and change him tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a great thing to talk about.
And so we'll do that. The name of the book is Marriage Minded, an A to Z dating guide for lasting love. Our guest is Marcia Naomi Berger. She is a licensed social worker, and I guess you run workshops for both women and couples. We'll have that information on our website when we continue. By the way, speaking of websites, visit us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Late Night Health continues as we move forward. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
Role models. They can make all the difference. In our world today, they have never been more important. One of the nation's most successful mentoring organizations is Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of Los Angeles. Their mission is to assist youth in achieving their full potential through innovative and impactful programs. And no nonprofit agency does it better. Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of LA serves Jewish children, boys and girls in our local community with a mentoring program that's been going strong since 1915. That's only the beginning. This nationally known agency owns and operates Camp Bob Waldorf. Its summer camping and weekend retreat programs enrich the lives of youth throughout Greater Los Angeles. Then there's a college support program, and last but not least, work that helps kids all over the world through the Teen Talk app. Want to learn more? Go to jbbbsla.org. Donate. Get involved. There's no better way to make a difference. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Darrell Wayne. We're talking about marriage, and Marriage Minded is the name of the book. Marcia Naomi Berger is our guest. She is a licensed clinical social worker, which means that she could shrink me. Is basically, and we, you know, heaven knows I need the help. Marcia,
what size do you want to be?
Say that one more time.
What size do you want to be shrunk to?
Honey,
Well, actually,
we shrunk the talk show host.
No, yes, exactly. I need to be expanded a little bit, maybe about 4 or 5 inches
that's
taller.
Story.
Yeah, but my brain does need to be shrunk. We mentioned as we went into our break, Guys and Dolls, the musical, and there's a song in there called "Marry the Man Today and Change Him Tomorrow." Do a lot of people go into relationships and marriage thinking that I'm going to change my wife, she'll come around, or vice versa about a husband?
So your question is that a realistic thought?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. My response is what you see is what you get, and it will probably stay that way when it comes to long entrenched behavior patterns.
So the answer to that is no, right?
Well, unless, no. If we all know how hard it is to change ourselves, right?
Right.
Okay. And then maybe multiply that by infinity when it comes to changing another person.
Do we tend to put on a good face, especially when we're first dating, right?
Oh, for sure.
And then later on,
we want to make a good impression. We want to be liked, and we want to be desired. So most of us, naturally, without even thinking about it, we look good and we behave well. At
the same time, we all have our particular picadillos, and somebody doesn't like you to squeeze the toothpaste from the top. They want you to squeeze it from the bottom.
Right.
They're cleany meanies. All these little things. Should we sweat the small stuff, or is the small stuff important?
No, we don't sweat the small stuff, but if we can, we have separate bathrooms. All right. So this is, in my book, I have each letter of the alphabet, and I have a number of topics in Marriage Minded. An A to Z dating guide for lasting love is literally an A to Z book. And one of the many topics is one that I actually is not there. That talking about it, I was thinking R is for resourceful, and if you have some kind of little peccadillo or annoyance, figure out a way around it. Figure out a way. If you don't have separate bathrooms, or rather than have a 20-year bad feelings about the person who squeezes the toothpaste from the top or the bottom, you get 2 tubes of toothpaste. It doesn't really cost more because you're both using the same amount altogether.
Right, exactly. And if you can't get separate bathrooms, get separate sinks. That works as well.
Right? One use the kitchen sink.
And yes, if you have a small place with a one-bedroom, and you're married and you're in a one-bedroom apartment or townhouse, that might be a little difficult. So you have to use the kitchen sink. And I can't think of anything more disgusting than somebody brushing their teeth where I am cooling my pasta. I tell you. Would you say?
Then you have to work out a timetable.
Yes, exactly, and use a lot of Clorox too. Is Marriage Minded a roadmap for people?
Marriage Minded is, I believe it's the most thorough book that exists about how to prepare yourself for marriage, how to overcome whatever obstacles are in your way for dating and or marrying, how to date successfully, how to get to the point where you are ready to commit, and how to have a discussion about that, and then how to create the ultimate purpose, which is a lasting, fulfilling marriage, and keep it that way.
When I was dating, we would go to dances. Okay, I don't think and with COVID there aren't as many dances, and that's where I met my wife. Today, online dating is very popular. I have a friend, she's single. She lives on the East Coast. She met some guy, and she really felt good about him until she found out he was married.
Oh, yeah, that happens, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
How can people meet somebody in the 21st century? I mean, online dating seems to be the way to do it, but there are pitfalls.
Yeah, well, there are other ways besides online dating, but I'm a third of couples who got married in recent years met online. So it does have its hazards, and it is important when you're doing online dating to pretty well establish as soon as you can whether this person is legit, whether this person is actually who he presents himself or she to be, and not to prolong an online datingship, along an online relationship any longer than really makes sense. Because some people, if you want to get married, you want to know pretty soon if this person is really available, interest, if he's really who he she presents themselves as. So get to the phone call sooner. Get to finding out how this person is on social media. You can do some checking out that way. I know a couple that got married. They met online. I think it's been like 15 or 20 years ago. They're now married, have 4 kids, but they had both been disappointed by things that had happened when they were meeting people online before they met each other. And they actually asked each other for references so that they could call to confirm that the person was really okay. And they did that and worked out wonderfully for them. So I wouldn't be shy about asking for references before meeting somebody in person.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that one. How did you meet your husband?
Oh, I actually met my husband at a singles event, and it's a very it's a remarkable story. One of the in Marriage Minded. One of my topics is serendipity. S is for serendipity, which means be open to whatever comes along in your life. And when I met him at this event where I didn't think of him as a real marriage prospect, I thought he was much younger than me. But we ended up going out because I thought, well, he's nice to be with anyway. And we found out pretty soon that he was actually not as young as he looked. Anyway, that's where I met him. And you can meet people at events. You can meet people through matchmakers. You can meet people through friends. So there's different ways if you don't want to do online. But I recommend trying anything that you're willing to try. Be brave.
Marcia, thank you very much for shedding a new light on the institution of marriage. The name of the book, Marriage Minded, an A to Z dating guide for lasting love by Marcia Naomi Berger. We'll have information on how to get the book and about Marcia on our website, Late Night Health, coming up. Well, that wraps up this edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Have a great week. Have a good week. Most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon 60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon 60 is the premium Carbon 60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon 60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.